Okay, I'm Dr. Jonathan Kleinjan. I'm an extension agronomist and crop testing director based out of Brookings on SDSU's campus. And just to give a few words on the state of the spring wheat crop in South Dakota this year, you can see behind me here I'm at our crop testing location on the Volga Research Farm, which is 5 miles west of Brookings, South Dakota. The wheat here unfortunately got blasted by some heat earlier in the season, so it's kind of been pushed along. I think yields here will still be good. However, the heat we had in some locations of the state is really going to take the top end off a lot of this spring wheat. I guess just to kind of give a year in review, we'll start with last year. We had record prevent plant acres. It was very wet in 2019. Record low plantings of spring wheat and not the best crop just due to very wet conditions throughout the season. So coming into this year, spring wheat acres are up, I believe, around 30% over last year. But when we look at how few acres were planted last year, we're still way behind probably the 5-year average on the amount of spring wheat acres in the state. So I would say this year the crop went in mostly in pretty good shape, planting except maybe the northeast. It was kind of wet in that part of the state. Overall, the crop looks good. Like I said, the heat is going to take the top end off some of this spring wheat. However, last week I drove out to central South Dakota, Miller and Agar, which is just south of Gettysburg. I thought the spring wheat there looked better than here. It could just be a timing issue on the heat. Some of my producers, cooperators up north central South Dakota, Selby area, Gettysburg area, say they think they have the best looking spring wheat crop they've ever had. So potential for excellent spring wheat in some areas of the state. I think yields will be at least average or above. The biggest issue was the heat that we had when a lot of the spring wheat was flowering.